you just didn't know what was going to happen. You know, you'd be sitting down for one of these classes, and all of a sudden he'd lay into someone. He laid into this lovely woman, I think, who hadn't been in a relationship for a while. And he was saying terrible things about her sexuality. You know, just really disgusting things, because she hadn't slept with a guy for a while. And that meant
What kind of things?
that she probably smelt down there, that she was disgusting, that no man would ever want to fuck her. You know, this sort of language. And the person who, I remember the group think was that that person is being prepared for the energy conversion, and that all this negative energy that is attached to this thoughts of my own sexuality are going to be cleared in the session. But it's abuse. You have the right not to be abused by like that. There was a young guy who was sort of on the fringes. This is in the 80s. A really nice looking, talented guy. And evidently he was sort of not sure whether he wanted to really get involved or if he wanted to do his own thing. And he went off skiing one weekend, went cross-country skiing. And tragically he fell off a cliff or a crevasse. I don't know quite the details, but he died on this cross-country ski trip. And I remember at a Wednesday night class, Jan saying, sort of conspiratorially to us, you know, he was thinking of leaving Kenja, and this is what's happened. So it's very powerful forces we're playing with here, people. I remember there was one period where there was, you know, I said Wednesday night class was an advanced class. There was a Wednesday afternoon class, which was super advanced. And I remember at this class, and this was just for the professionals, that's right. And Jan would be there. And Ken was angry with Jan for some reason. I don't know why. And he just laid into her in front of everyone and grabbed her by the neck. And Jan's not a big woman, just grabbed her and threw her around the room. He was in a rage. I don't know why. And we were all there just sitting going, what is happening? Well, I was thinking that. I guess everyone was thinking that, but everyone's just too scared to say it. And like, she was just being abused, you know, physically and verbally. She was saying the most horrible things to her. And at the end of it, and this is really weird, Jan thanked him. Yeah, I can't really work out why she did, but she thanked him. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Ken, for being so honest. You've given up the critical faculty of seeing life as a complex thing, as many shades of grey, as being a mystery, being a puzzle, being the wonderful thing that it is, life is. And it's not easy. You know, life's full of pain, it's full of joy, it's full of lots of different things. But a destructive cult encourages you to return to your child state. And there are many techniques that cults use, and in the group I was in, clowning is the technique that was used first and foremost. Jan's work was to encourage you to get in touch with your child, but actually it's about just giving up your right to think and believe what your parents say, because that's what your parents do. They care for you when you're a child. And so Jan and Ken were in the role of the parents, and so that's why clowning worked perfectly. When Ken met Jan and he saw her work and how it's about getting in touch with your childlike state, he thought, great. You know, I don't know if he actually consciously thought this, but it was a perfect match for his work, which is like to encourage people to return to the child state and to not think anymore. Because life is very easy when you see it in black and white, when you see it as right and wrong, when the parent is right all the time. And that's what Kenja does. It's ludicrous to think that he's got this money in any other way than through this group that he set up.
He says that he was just a very good investor.
Really? I'm not surprised that he would lie like that.
So, as a director, you actually saw this two sets of books and saw that there was a cash business element to it.
Yeah, well, I was in control of that. I wrote the books, so every time someone came in for one of these private sessions, it would cost a certain amount of money, and that would have to be recorded, and a portion of that went to Ken. So they got put away, got put into a brown envelope, as I remember, and when he'd come up for workshops, I'd hand it to Ken. Nothing would be said, and he'd put it in his top pocket, smoke his cigarette. He'd be laughing.